From the creators who brought you RuPaul's Drag Race and $1 Million Listing, this is World of Wonders Wow Report. Things that make us go wow.
Welcome to this week's Wow Report, coming to you almost live from Hollywood, California. Fenton Bailey, our fearless leader, is away on assignment, so I'm Tom Campbell.
And there is a power vacuum. I want to just say that without Fenton, we are jockeying for who is in control. Tom, you lead.
Yes, exactly. I ended up on top for this first segment anyway. We'll see what happens.
The only time he's ever been atop in his life.
Exactly. And if you didn't know, that voice, those dulcet tones come from Club Cort. Club Cort. Or Club Kid turned best-selling author James St. James.
Woo, hello.
And speaking of power, Jazz Tangke is here with us. What's your position? I feel like you are the editor-in-chief of Variety. Tell me your official title.
I am the senior artisans editor at Variety. I do all the crafts and all the fun things, but no, I'm not editor-in-chief.
Basically, if you're ever at any Hollywood event that means anything that has any substance, any flash, any dazzle, Jazz is there and reporting. That's all you need to know. And we are thrilled to have you here joining us. I know Fenton is sad he's not here to spend this time with you, but so glad you're here.
I'm so glad to be back. It's been like a hot minute.
I know. Just to barge in, pirate radio your way into our show anytime. So we do what we do every week. We count down the top 10 things of the week that made us go, wow. And let's start with number 10.
Number 10.
I had the best time of my life. Jazz, maybe you were there, but I was at the Academy Museum Theater where I saw Bette Midler live and in person interview Marc Shaiman for his book signing and conversation about his new book, Never Mind the Happy. And I am prone to exaggerate, but it was one of the most profound nights because you know how this is, Jazz, I won't drag you down with me, but I find when you meet your heroes, when you spend a lot of time with celebrities, they can sometimes come up a little short or they lose their charm. But having them kind of perform for you in a conversation in front of a theater, Bette Midler was on fire. Marc Shaiman is one of the most talented, hilarious people. If you don't know, I'm going to break it down for our listeners. You guys know. First of all, he has an autobiography out. It's called Never Mind the Happy. And he explains right away that it's because his Jewish mother, who could never see the bright side of anything, one year, like his sister called her and said, Happy New Year, Mom. She goes, Never mind the happy. And so he goes, that sort of puts
I love
into context how I view the world. But Marc Shaiman is been involved in anyway, let me just give you the biography as I heard it, which is at 4, his sister was taking piano lessons. She left her piano. Her piano teacher went to the kitchen with her mother. They had a cup of coffee and they heard the sister's piano lesson being played. And they go outside and there's 4-year-old Marc Shaiman for the first time tickling the ivories, a prodigy. By the age 12, he grew up in New Jersey. He was the music conductor for like all of the adult theater around New Jersey. And he said the first time someone brought him to like a meeting of like, the community theater, and they're like, why'd you bring this kid? And they go, play the score to Gypsy. And he just like, and he knew all of it. And so he just became needed. He, at 17, realized you could take a test and get out of high school early. So he did. He moved to New York, where he, the first day with a friend, they were in the Village or whatever. They ran into another friend. They said, let's catch up. Mark's joke was like, we're 17. What's there to catch up about? He goes, and they went to the place nearest by, and it was Marie's Crisis, a piano bar. And he happened to run into people who was playing the piano. And literally his first moment in New York, they're like, there's this guy, Scott Whitman, who's looking for a pianist for like a show he's doing that can do like funny piano. And so they call over Scott Whitman, and they end up working together for decades. And then the introduction to Bette Midler, because it's a who's who of Hollywood. So he was staying with Scott Whitman. Across the hall was a harlot. I forget which one. And the harlots, when Bette was off in the sort of 77, 78 time, when she wasn't touring, the harlots wanted their own little club act. So they hired Marc Shaiman to put it all together. He knows every song, everything. And so he did that. It was great. And then Bette decided she wanted to tour with the harlots again, but she was going to have the harlots open for them. So Marc said, as a little gay boy, all he dreamed about and fantasized with it. One day he'd be seeing Bette Midler and she would say, Marc, please come forward. And he could say, Bette, I've loved you since the day I was born. I love your music. I'm meant to work together. He said, but that was just a dream. So he went to this harlot Bette Midler rehearsal. He sat and he was only supposed to teach the band how to do the harlot arrangements and then leave. And he sat in the back. He said, if I had just seen Bette Midler rehearse, that would have been enough for my life. But at one point she wanted to sing this sort of obscure song, and all the band was shuffling for papers. They didn't have the sheet music. And the harlot friend said, you know who knows that song? That man, Marc Shaiman. He goes, I got to walk down the aisle and be like, Bette Midler, I've loved you my whole life. And he played for her, and he has been her music conductor. So for that iconic moment on the Tonight Show where she sang to Johnny Carson, that was their plan. You Don't Own Me in First Wives Club. That was, and so many more collaborations. His album, she sold like 30 million, and he's been a part of most of them. The other thing is, so then he, one thing after another, Billy Crystal was in the audience. He talked about how when Billy Crystal and Martin Short and Christopher Guest were brought to Saturday Night Live for 1 year in the 80s to revitalize the show, he worked with them up in the music room. And he said, I don't know how many things got on the air, but we became fast friends. So when Billy Crystal became a huge star, was working with Rob Reiner to do a little movie called When Harry Met Sally. He's like, I need somebody who knows every romantic song in the book. He goes, you need to meet my friend Marc Shaiman. And so that's how he got to meet Rob Reiner. So he was doing music. He was a music supervisor. But then a little movie called Misery came along, and Rob asked Marc if he would score the movie, something he'd never done. And Marc said, even his agent said, are you sure you want Marc Shaiman for this? And Rob Reiner said, talent is talent, and I believe in him. And so he was able to use the temp track to not copy it, but to learn the temp scoring that they put into cuts, to learn, sort of self-teach himself how to score things. And then he went on to score all of Rob Reiner's movies. And he said something, and I'll stop. It was so amazing, the whole thing. He was not bitter about this. He said he's so fortunate to have lived in a time when there were still music themes and music scores. That is a thing of the past. That now soundtracks are do. They're all about creating tension. They're effective, but they're not lush melodies and themes that swell up underneath characters. And the highlight of the night, it was Bette's 80th birthday in New York last December. She goes, I invited everybody I knew. I was just afraid of where they were sitting, but I invited everyone I knew. And Marc performed a different version at that birthday party, a private party, of One More for the Road, the song she did for Johnny Carson, but he did it for Bette. And he sang it to us that night. And it was so magical and touching. And then, if that weren't enough, and I'll stop, they screened The First Wives Club, which is maybe the best movie ever made.
I'm so jealous. I was not there. I was like, how did I miss this?
My new thing, I've told James knows, and he's so quiet right now. You're being so polite to me, James. Thank you. Or disdainful. I don't know which. Maybe both. Is that the Academy Museum is an amazing place to see movies. So now I'm always looking on the calendar. It just popped up and I saw it. Not to be outdone, Jennifer Lewis, who was not on stage, broke into the theater and sang a song that she and Marc wrote about a time that she was riding in the Gobi Desert with him and his husband on a camel. And in the song is, I broke my pussy bone. And Bette Midler's like, can we end now? Because I don't think it's going to get any better than that. It was kind of fun to watch Bette, because Bette's kind of a prim little lady, and she loves Jennifer, but like she was Jennifer used to be a harlot, and et cetera, et cetera. I just vomited that story on you all. Thank you for listening. Any questions or critiques, James?
No. I'm good. You've covered the waterfront there.
To get more stories, get Marc Shaiman's new memoir, Never Mind the Happy.
To get more stories, we need to have Tom have his own book coming out. We need to work on that one, Tom, because you've got stories up the wazoo.
I want to believe you, James. I want to believe you. All right, let's move on now in the countdown to number 9.
Number 9.
It's been a hell of a week. It's been a hard week. It's been a rough week. I wanted to talk instead about things that make you happy, things that make you go, wow. I want to just list a few things that you can do to lift yourself out of the doldrums. We talked on the show before about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is Game of Thrones. If Game of Thrones was feel good and happy, it is fun. It is lighthearted. It is great. We're on episode 4, and it is one of the best episodes yet. yet. There was a St. Crispin's Day speech where he's, is there no night among us? That is one of the best things that's ever been on television. It was so good. Watch episodes 1 through 4 now.
So it all went uphill after the opening scene of the shit showering down.
Yes. The shit showering was fun and lighthearted. The shit coming out of his butt was funny. So whatever. Moving on. I also, if you haven't watched The Muppets yet, Tom, I made you watch The Muppets. Did you watch it? You haven't? What is wrong with you, Tom?
I was going to do it this morning, and I ended up getting a phone call, and I couldn't. Oh no!
Tom, it is so up your Jazz. Tell him
it's so good. You feel like a 5-year-old again. It's so well done.
Sabrina Carpenter is absolute perfection. She does Islands in the Stream with Miss Piggy. It is so good. They're in the swamp. There's a bunch of rats are dancing to The Weeknd's what is the song? Blinding Lights. What? No, blinding lights. No, they're being blinded by lights. Tom, this is the one thing I have ever done on the show that speaks to Tom Campbell. What? I've told you week after week to watch it. What is wrong with you?
I think it's been 1 week, but I owe you big time, James St. James, for so many things.
I wanted this to be things that were fun and lighthearted, and now you've put me in a bad mood. You brought me right back to the Pam Bondi debacle. Oh my God. Anyway.
Don't say that I'm wrong, James. Don't say that I'm wrong. I'm doing a Pam
listen,
Bondi.
I'm going to give you one more shot here. Were you watching the Olympics? Did you see Ilya Milanin? Did you see him perform? Tom, it is one of the best moments of the Olympics ever. He's this blonde queen. He's dancing to the Succession theme song. It is one of the best moments ever. There was also, and I don't know if you want to see, look at how you just work me up. My God. Did you see that they did? That there was the couples that danced to Supermodel
and Too Sexy. Yes, that I saw online. Yes.
Okay. So you brought me back down. One more thing. Finally, if you haven't gotten to the theater to see Send Help, which again, Tom, I've begged you to do, Send Help, Jazz, back me up on this. It is one of the best times you'll have at the theater this year, right?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard it is. We're gonna drive James crazy right now. No,
Clearly,
but I've heard
James
only great things about this film.
It is a roller coaster of emotions. It is people are laughing out loud. They are screaming in the terrifying parts, and then you're screaming so much you dissolve into laughter again. It is up, you're down, you're up, you're down, you're all over the map. Blake, back me up on this. They both have to see it.
Yeah, I loved it. The best movie so far of this year, and I've seen The Moment too.
Yeah, it's so funny. Dylan O'Brien is hysterical, and of course Rachel McAdams is fantastic and everything. It is basically the most dangerous game meets battle royale meets
Triangle of Sadness.
Triangle of Sadness. There you go. That's quite a pitch right there. Tom, will you go see it? Jazz, will you take Tom to go see it?
Tom, let's go see it.
Let's go see it. We got to do it for James because clearly watching all this joyful programming has put him in a great mood.
It obviously hasn't been able to seep through. I'm telling you, though, that the Muppets and Send Help are fantastic. And Night of the Seven Kingdoms is great, but I have a feeling it's going to get very scary, very sad very soon.
All right. We are now counting the top 10 things that made us go well. We've now reached number 8.
Number 8.
Wuthering Heights. The sexy, scorching hot new movie from Emerald Fennell starring Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie. The film is already very divisive online. Yeah. I think if you love Saltburn, you're going to love this. If you're a book purist, I don't know where you're going to stand. I don't know if any of you'd read it. I think I read it when I was like 12 and completely forgot everything about the book. So you go in and it's like, what is this going to be about? Oh my God, Jacob Elordi is truly such a great actor. We see his range. And what I walked out feeling was like Emerald Fennell is pure filth. She has said this is what she wanted as a 14-year-old girl reading the book. So the book doesn't have any sex. This movie has plenty of sex. One of the first images she thought of for the film involves a scene by The Rock. None of you have seen this yet, right?
No.
Okay, so when you see the movie, Tom, I don't know if you're going to see it. I know James probably will. So Saltburn, her first visual for that scene was the bathtub scene.
Yes.
For The Rock. So for The Rock, for Wuthering Heights, it was The Rock. It is so well done. The cast is...
Somebody licks something off a rock. You've got to give us a little bit more. You've got to give some sort of something here. What happens on the rock?
There is licking of some sort, but I don't want to spoil it. I was just like gagged, truly like, oh, she's doing this. Okay. But it's just an incredible all-round cast and stunning. The crazy thing is, you know, these are really toxic characters. They're all like messed up, but you're still rooting for them to get together. So she does deviate slightly from what we would, you know, if, as I said, if you're a book purist. But
does it at least have the take me to your window, Heathcliff, take me to the window and we can look out over the heather? Does it have that moment?
I don't think it has that. There's some incredible quotes. It doesn't have that, but I will say I spoke with the hair stylist yesterday, and there was a hairstyle called the vagina braid. So it's very sexual.
The vagina braid.
I've heard that the title is in quotes because this is Emerald's version of Wuthering Heights.
Exactly. It's what she wanted to see as a 14-year-old girl. I was like, oh, okay, now we're inside your teenage mind, which is just smut.
Well, you know, I'll tell you something. Jacob Elordi has sold me so much in the past, like 2 years when he did Priscilla and then Frankenstein. And, you know, I watched Euphoria, and Euphoria is like, it is its own thing. But to see Jacob break out onto his own, he really is one of the greatest actors of our generation. And if anyone can overcome this sort of knee-jerk reaction of people have going into it of him not being a person of color, I guess is what the argument has been. But if anyone can overcome that, it's Jacob. I think his sheer talent and his beauty are something to watch.
100%.
How's Margot Robbie?
Margot is phenomenal.
She always is. She just always is.
It's like she's a producer on the film, and she was the one that threw her coin in the hat. She was like, can I play Kathy? And Emma was like, yes, of course. And that chemistry is, you're blown away by it.
I am so glad to hear. I am so excited to see this. And I'm going in with an open mind and an open heart because I love both of them so much. And I love Emerald too. So
fun fact, Alison Oliver, who played Jacob's sister in Saltburn, is now in this movie, and she's playing Isabella.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a little bit of, if you connect the two, it's like, okay, that's a bit twisted, but we'll take it. But she's incredible.
And to get Blake in there, tell me about the Charlie XCX soundtrack.
Yes.
Oh, it is so good. There is no Kate Bush Wuthering Heights. That's the one question everyone's like,
right?
Does she use it? No, she uses Charlie XCX. Incredible songs.
So it's in line with like Marie Antoinette,
the Sofia Coppola, right? Yeah, very much in that line. But it's also very modern too. So there's she just takes the creative liberty and runs with it, which is why it's like it's all in quotes.
Good. Okay. Oh, I'm very excited to hear this.
Thanks for your professional variety insights into Wuthering Heights, the perfect movie for Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day, or Palentine's Day. Not Palestine, but Palestine.
Don't bring any parents, grandparents to it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Leave your parents at home.
No impressionable children who have just read Wuthering Heights in 7th grade.
All right. We are going to take a little break. Before we do, Blake, you have anything you want to say?
I do. This weekend, Pandora Box is going to be at Drag Race The Experience in Chicago. She will be on site doing meet and greets with VIP ticket holders all weekend long. And if you have a ticket for Friday, you can watch the show in the workroom, and I'll be there on Sunday.
Oh my God. See Blake on Sunday. Meet him in person.
See me there.
Exactly. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to the Wow Report on Radio Andy.
You're listening to World of Wonders Wow Report. Things that make us go wow.
We're back. It's the Wow Report here on Radio Andy. I'm Tom Campbell with James St. James and Jazz Pankay, who is a reporter with Variety. Yes, we have an actual journalist on the Wow Report. So mark your calendars. Today it happened. We're counting down the top 10 things of a crazy week that made us go wow, and we have reached, thank you, number 7.
Number 7.
My friend Greg texts me on Tuesday and says, do you want to see a preview of Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die? Have you heard about this movie?
No, what is it?
Jazz, have you heard about it?
I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
It's directed by Gore Verbinski, who hasn't made a film in 10 years, and it stars Sam Rockwell, who we know and love,
Sure.
and Haley Lou Richardson, who you do know. She played the girl in the second White Lotus that slept with the British guy who was a hustler.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. To me, it's one of the most moving and insightful things about what's happening with AI, because it's such a hard topic to do. But basically, the setup is that Sam Rockwell, a messenger from the future, time travels to Norm's on La Cienega, where I ate after the movie.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone does. And suppose he's done this over 100 times. He's trying to put, it's a bunch of like ne'er-do-well people just eating, trying to get along. And he picks a different combination because they need to cross a few blocks and stop a 9-year-old who's about to upload AI that will destroy mankind. But he, coming from the future, has the hardware, whatever, to plug in to stop the AI, to keep the good parts of AI, but kill the bad parts.
And side note, I actually saw half of this movie on one of those screen unseen things, you know, James.
Yeah, sure.
And we left halfway through because Steven fell asleep. So I was like, well, we have to finish it because it was really good. But you're going to love this because Sam Rockwell looks like he's homeless and he's from the future. So it's your whole thing about time
my
travelers.
whole theory about time travelers being homeless people that can't interrupt the timeline, so they hide in the shadows. Yes, that's my whole thing.
Also part of Lily Tomlin's search for intelligent life in the universe. Juno Temple is also in it.
Yeah,
She's an American accent, so it took me a second to figure it out. But it deals with school shootings. It deals with cloning. It deals with AI. It deals with all these super heavy topics. And in your face. And it's all the things that I don't like. It's a long movie. But
where did you see it now? Where was this?
We saw it was a preview at the Grove. It's opening tonight. And I went, and the only seats we could get, and I was just up for doing something, was the front row. So not only was it as overwhelming in your face movie, but I watched it like on my back looking up. It is something else. And I'm not trying, I don't have to put other movies down to put this one up, but everyone's saying, you know, oh, one battle after another is so prescient, speaks to our time. This movie to me speaks to our time in a really powerful way. There might be some holes in things, and it has an ending that kind of leaves it open, but and again, then the storytelling is they will go back, and then, you know, they all go on this mission, and then we stop and we learn the back. So 2 days before, this couple was doing this. 1 day before, this woman was dealing with this.
I love that. Really, sure, yeah.
So it could have been maybe it'll be a series for its second part.
And what is it called, and when does it come out?
This is the hard part. It comes out. This is Friday, February 13th. It comes out today, and it's Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Okay,
love the title.
Yeah.
Yes. And it speaks, you know, it speaks to like teenagers on their phones, and just it draws the line from like us all being, you know, disconnected at the diner, eating at school, and then living in a world that's totally void of real human connection, and how they get you, how they trap you. Oh my God, it's good. Okay, now let's move on to number 6.
Number 6.
Blake and I do a Wow Report live on Instagram Live every Monday at noon. If you haven't been watching, you should. For the past couple of weeks, we have been talking about the problem of clavicular. Do you know about clavicular, Tom and Jazz?
I think it's the loose skin under my chin.
Close, very close. Clavicular is a person. He is a looksmaxxer, is what he is. He is all the rage on social media right now. He's this sort of 19-year-old dork. I'm just going to say it. He's kind of a dork, but he's all about hitting himself with a hammer in the face because breaking your bones makes the bones grow back bigger. So he hits himself in the chin and in the cheekbones to looksmaxx, to make himself mog, which in mogging is when you try and you're better looking than everyone around you is when you're mogging, okay? And he has all these made up words that his followers follow, okay? He's a looksmaxxer, he mogs. And so someone had said the other day, he had a couple big stories happen to him over the week. And I know this is long, I'm very sorry, but he was frame mogged by an SMU frat leader, and it made front page news all over the world. People were talking about Clavicular being face mogged. And so somebody wrote down, and I'm going to read it to you, and they said, the big story of the week was that Clavicular was mid-jester gooning when a group of fwads came and spiked his cortisol levels. Is ignoring the fwads while munting and mogging wads more useful than MSU Chad fishing in the club? Okay, did any of that make any sense to you whatsoever?
Zero.
I think I just had a stroke.
Now, someone said, that's what Blake said too. Someone said that incels have invented more words than Shakespeare at this point, and it's sort of true. I'm going to tell you that jester gooning is a portmanteau of two terms: jester maxing, which is acting like a fool, and gooning, which we all know. Fwads is incel speak for women, short for feminoids or feminine humanoids. Spiking cortisol is your stress hormone when you're nervous or panicking. Munting means that when you're focusing on your facial features. Mods is a derogatory term for male humanoids. So mogging derives from AMOG, or alpha male of the group, which means you're physically dominant of other people. So the question is self-improvement or dominance over men more fulfilling than seeking validation from women through deception? That's what that all means. And I'm sorry that I've bored you, but my theory is I finally have Blake. I figured out what is going on with Clavicular. It is that somebody, I think Andrew Tate, sat him down and forced him to watch A Clockwork Orange. And he has decided to make his whole personality about being one of the me droogs were at the Korova milk bar, making up all these words. And that's what he's doing to try and be an alpha male, a scary alpha male, by making up words. That's my whole theory about Clavicular. If you don't know any of what I'm just talking about, go on X and just type in Clavicular, and there will be a mountain of things about him. So did any of you have any thoughts?
I'm
No.
glad that you watch the dark web so we don't have to. You keep us abreast.
My thing is, how many of those words are going to make the Merriam-Webster dictionary in 2027? Or
Lookmaxxing is the one to take away, because lookmaxxing is what all the kids are doing right now, where they're maximizing their looks to be hot, and to do that you are hitting yourself in the face with a hammer.
Or some Beverly Hills surgeon or one of those Next Health type places is going to start offering that as a service and charge you $1,000 to go
lookmaxxing. Yes, to be hit in the face. Yes.
Well, we're a weekly show, and there's shows that are daily on Radio Andy. I can guarantee no show on Radio Andy discussed this topic. I think this is a Wow Report exclusive. You're hearing it right here, and thank you, James St. James.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's move on in our countdown to number 5.
Number 5.
It is the Bad Bunny halftime show.
Do you Tom, you did watch that, didn't you?
Did you?
I watched it live, and I've watched it several times on YouTube.
Good. Okay.
I don't watch football. I just watched it. I was like, I have to watch it for some of the ads. And then I was like, after the halftime show, I'm going to turn off. Bad Bunny was phenomenal. Just every single, the choreography, the setting, Pedro Pascal like moving in there with Jessica Alba. I was like, oh my God. And then the reveal of Lady Gaga, I was like, honestly, speeches on my phone was blowing up. But it was.
And Ricky Martin. Seeing
Ricky Martin.
Oh, so nice to see him. Yes.
Now that Ricky Martin is kind of a senior member of the,
elder statesman,
elder statesman, I was like, oh my God, who looked amazing, by the way.
But what I loved about it is that it was political without being political.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It was like, it was all just there. And then that ending with the football, with the sign in the background, it was like, and mentioning every single country and Canada. I was like blown away.
That was so funny because he's mentioning all the Latin American countries in Central America, and then he says Canada, and it's sort of like, what? But sure, yes, of course, we're all one. We're all, family. Sure.
It's amazing the pushback it has gotten, and it continues to get. Joy is a political statement. I agree with you, Jazz. And there's this little post that went viral. I'm going to read it. Forgive me. But it's from a guy named Larry Lynn. I have no idea. It just went poorly. He goes, I don't know a lot about Bad Bunny or Puerto Rican culture. So when watching this Super Bowl halftime show, I had questions. What are paraguas? Why are there telephone poles? What do these flags represent? Afterward, I looked them up. I learned a ton, and I came to a deeper appreciation of Puerto Rican culture. Unfortunately, other people have reacted with bigotry or anger. Why? The difference boils down to this. And this is I love simple ways to look at life. He goes, when you discover your own ignorance, which we all do at times, do you feel threatened or do you feel curious? So note to self, choose curiosity instead of feeling threatened, right? It's a human reaction. What is this? What's going on? I don't understand. But it's like it was so rich, so fun. So joyous, and he's sexy. That's not even the top thing. It's not even the top thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Jazz, I just wanted to say that you didn't need to understand. Basically, you just need to be swept up in the joy and the music, and just shake your booty and have a good time. Because
somebody else pointed out online that the Macarena in 1996, like 100,000 people came to Yankee Stadium and did the Macarena, which was all in Spanish. Like, we used to come together, and Latin culture has always influenced mainstream American culture. I was also Googling like Desi Arnaz and Lucy, and all of this. Yeah,
sure. We didn't understand Desi. We didn't understand. Yes, no. Desi. Sure.
But it's a rich part of our culture, and the music speaks to your soul and more. So, God bless Bad Bunny.
It was so joyful.
And I agree with Elmo, who posted. He goes, "I think Bad Bunny should be Good Bunny." Yeah,
I know. I was saying the same thing. He is a good. He's a good little bunny. He is so cute.
All right, we're going to break. Before we do, Blake, anything to plug?
Definitely. RuPaul's Drag Race season 18 is now airing on MTV on Fridays in USA, Canada, and Australia, and it's on Wow Presents Plus in the rest of the world. So watch it. It's really good this season.
Incredible season.
I love it. There we go. We have more as we count down the top 10 things that make us go wow here on the Wow Report on Radio Andy. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to World of Wonders Wow Report. Things that make us go wow.
Welcome back to the Wow Report. It's Tom Campbell. I'm here with James St. James and our extra special guest star, Jazz 10K from Variety. Thank you for being here, Jazz. Thanks for staying through the show. A lot of people come, they don't all stay through the entire show. They get told what they're a part of and they just leave. But you're here. Thank you.
I love it.
God bless. We are counting down the top 10 things that made us go wow, and we have reached number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4, I finally broke down and rented. I went to Fandango and I spent $19 and rented Hamnet. And because Tom talked about it before, and Tom was sort of on the fence about it. He was sort of like, and I kept saying to him, but Tom, it's Shakespeare, it's Hamlet. I'm going to love it no matter what. It's set in, it's in that time period I love. All of this is just fantastic. I know I'm going to love it. I watched it and I hated it. I hated every moment of it. I couldn't even finish it. It was the dreariest, dullest, most just, it was just, I couldn't do it. So Tom, I'm agreeing with you that
I did not say I hated it. I said I love the first two acts. I love the actress and the actors incredibly much. I said the
I
last
didn't
part.
like her. I love him. I think he's just fantastic. Who is he with the nose? Paul Mescal. I love Paul Mescal.
I owe you $20, James. I guess
you do.
Yeah.
But I didn't like Jessie Buckley at all. I know she's a front runner to win the Best Actress. Jazz, talk me out of it. Tell me why I'm so wrong.
Oh my God. Okay. I've seen this film 4 times in different cities, mind you. And every reaction was I wept. I think it's the third act, right?
Okay.
The
I
third
didn't make
act
it to the third act.
Is so beautiful. Okay. So I'm going to spoil it for you. It is so healing. It is so beautiful because he finally puts on Hamlet, the staging, and Noah Jupe, who is actually Jacoby Jupe's brother, plays Hamlet, and Jessie Buckley comes to London and sees this show, and she doesn't understand. She's like, "Why are you using my son's name? Like, how dare you?" She's all pissed and mad, and then the show obviously continues, and there's a moment where her hand touches the stage, and she touches her son. And it is a beautiful healing moment. And it's a really powerful moment. It's like the one scene that just ends the film. And that is the third act. But yes, it takes a while to get there. And the payoff
Did anyone pass away before you checked out of the movie?
They were the plague had just hit, and so it was just about to happen, I think.
I think you need to go back. I hope you're in your window.
I have it for 48 hours. I think I still have like 12 hours left on it.
All right. I'll give you $20 if you go back and finish it.
One of my big problems with it, though, and again, talk me through, tell me why I'm wrong about this. The language was not flowery Shakespearean language. It was very flat, very modern sounding script. And I couldn't understand that to save my life. Like, what, you were in 1592 or 1602 or whatever. Yeah.
Kids my age, we need it to sound like today, man.
Well, that's what I asked ChatGPT about it, and it says that the modernizing dialogue, characters do not speak in Elizabethan verse or use strict period slang. Instead, they interact in a way that feels natural to modern readers, allowing the focus to remain on the emotional tension, such as the husband and wife relationship. The prose has rhythmic, poetic, and at times musical quality that still does not.
I will not sit here and listen to James St. James, one of the best minds on the face of the earth, read me an AI synopsis of anything ever again. I challenge you, James St. James.
Well, but did you notice that, Jazz? Did you notice that the language was not the flowery Elizabethan language? It wasn't iambic pentameter.
Yes, and I don't have a problem with it. It's based on a book written by Maggie O'Farrell, so it's it's sort of like she did her research, but nothing was known about Agnes, the wife. Nothing was known about the family, and so I think that gave Chloe Zhao.
It's our Shakespeare love. I mean, Shakespeare is so well known and yet is an enigma to everyone.
Wasn't Shakespeare married to Anne Hathaway? Or was that
that was her name, but her father called her not the Anne Hathaway, the other Anne Hathaway. Right. You know, people get confused. They're like, what?
We gotta spell it out.
My cool young friends, we get confused.
But her father actually called her Agnes. Agnes.
Okay.
So I think that gave her.
Hamnet is another way to say Hamlet. They were interchanged.
Yes.
And they spelled that out in the very beginning.
No one has passed away. Forgive me. You need to go back because
I know who passes away. I know the story.
You don't. No, you don't. They switched it for you. There's an alternative ending on Fandango. Fandango has a different ending. Just make it up. All right. It's good that we can disagree but still get along, or let's hope so. Moving on, our countdown to number 3.
Number 3.
The reason why we all tune in to the Super Bowl, the ads. That's the only reason I watch it, and of course the halftime show. We had such great ads. You know, we got teasers of Toy Story 5, which I'm curious to see what they do. There was that ad.
I've never seen a Toy Story movie.
Okay, you need to at least watch the first one, James. I'll give you $20 if you do.
I'm really making out this time. I'm doing very well.
I think you'll like at least Toy Story 1.
Okay.
Then there were like the Dunkin' Donuts ads, which I think de-aged like half the actors, which was very interesting. And then there was the Ring ad. I do not have a Ring camera, but all of a sudden it was like, oh,
Wait, what was the Ring ad? Tell me, to walk me through it again.
So I think you can try, I can't even remember it. Something about like finding your dogs through, you can basically, see like where your dog is or like something.
It has facial recognition of animals, does it? Right. Yes.
It's also facial recognition of you. It is very Minority Reports. It's very Skynet. We know how this movie ends. And it was very creepy. And so many people, after seeing that ad, started to disable their Ring cameras.
Oh, wow.
Because it was very creepy.
I have one, and I'll be looking for a replacement. If anyone has any good ideas, let us know in the comments.
Because they were able, in the Nancy Guthrie case, which is so sad, we're not talking about it, it's a horrible thing, but they're taking information from people's Nest cameras that didn't even sign up for retrieval of information. So we are being watched, and it is being kept for
I did find there was another ad, Jazz, that disturbed me a lot, and it was the one with Chris Hemsworth for the new Alexa. I thought that where Alexa was trying to kill him, chopped his head off with the garage door opener, and then closed the pool on him as he was swimming. And I kept saying, "Why are we manifesting this? Why are we?" I don't. That one really disturbed me. And I found there were a lot of crypto ads too. That was very sort of like the sign of the times. A lot of commercials for crypto and.
It's very good luck, have fun, don't die, manifesting the sad future.
Yeah,
Jim, a little hug. When I watched the ads, I watched them online. I didn't watch them during the things. And I just saw, I'm not sucking up, Andy Cohen's Nerds candy ad. And it's kind of brilliant. It's like the brands just blend together. And it was just so amazing to see Andy Cohen, who's a big deal already, but in a Super Bowl ad. We've known Andy forever. It was really that again, in a world where everyone asks me like, how are you doing today? I'm like, well, the world's falling apart, the countries are falling apart, showbiz is falling apart, but I'm fine today. And I felt like between Bad Bunny and seeing Andy and a bunch of things, it gave you and Brandy Carlisle and so many things made
the Brandy Carlisle, Jazz, did you have an absolute favorite
as far as the ads? Oh, definitely I forgot to mention The Adventures of Cliff Booth, which is the prequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, directed by, what's his name? David Fincher, I'm blanking. Yeah. But it seems so comedic, and I'm just excited for that. That looked fun. That was probably my favorite.
I love
it. I enjoy. I kept it on all day, and I sort of was scrolling through my phone and would look up every commercial break to watch the commercials. So I'm with you, Jazz. And I'll tell you something else, because I thought Charlie Puth did a really good job with the national anthem. I don't know if you saw that, and also Green Day. I thought they looked so good. They sounded so tight. When they sang American Idiot, and I thought the crowd would boo, the crowd applauded when they did. The whole thing was just full of joy and fantastic moments for me.
Yeah.
Look at us talking about the Super Bowl. I feel so good.
We're so good.
All right, let's move on now to number 2.
Number 2.
2 deaths of note that I wanted to talk about very quickly. Rest in peace, James Van Der Beek, who died of colorectal cancer at just age 48. For people of a certain age, Dawson's Creek was a touchstone for them. Blake, probably you.
Yeah, I saw him one time. He was on set of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay.
Yeah, he was hosting the New Now Next Awards or something, some big thing they were doing, and he came and did a piece on the Drag U set, I think.
Yeah,
he was really game and really fun and really handsome.
Well, he is game, because when he did the Bitch in Apartment, what is it, 26? The
B in Apartment 23.
The B in Apartment 23, and he was sending up his whole Dawson's Creek character throughout that. So he was a lot of fun. The other person I've just got to mention very quickly is Bud Cort, who talk about touchstone for a generation. He was the sweet and maudlin and morbid teenager in Harold and Maude, in love with the 79-year-old Ruth Gordon. It's one of the most bonkers love stories ever told. It is for people of the boomers, I guess. It will change your life if you haven't seen it. He also did Brewster's McCloud, and he was in The Life Aquatic with Steve Azuzu, and Ugly Betty episodes, Criminal Minds. But basically, if you've never seen Harold and Maude, Jazz, was that a movie that changed your life?
I have not seen it in a long time, but it has made such an impact, and it was very sad to see.
Yeah.
And according to Jamie Lee Curtis, he also stripped at her bachelorette party.
That's hot.
That's a story.
He was a lovable goofball. He one of the great weirdos of all, one of the great eccentrics of the movies. Bud Cort.
Two very big losses. All right. I
think he was the same age that Ruth Gordon was when she did Harold and Maude. I think he was 78 or something like that when he passed away. So that's sort of interesting.
All right. Well, when we come back, we will reveal the number one thing that made us go wow this week. You are listening to the Wow Report on Radio Andy.
You're listening to World of Wonders Wow Report. Things that make us go wow.
We are back. This is the Wow Report with Tom Campbell, James St. James, Jazz 10K, and Blake Jacobs. Fenton's away, but he'll be back, so do not despair. We have reached that time where we reached
number one is what we've reached.
The number one thing that made us go wow.
Number one,
a quick twofer right here. The first is some good news we got yesterday when we found out that Tom Homan has spoken with the mayor of Minneapolis, and that they have agreed to stand down and to take ICE out of Minneapolis finally after all this time. So
hallelujah. Don't give up. Power to the people.
Yeah. And the people of Minneapolis, we've talked about it on this show, are just some of the toughest people around, some of the best hearted people around. Everyone in Minnesota, God bless them, God love them for everything they've been through the past couple weeks.
And on the other end of the spectrum,
we had Pam Bondi before Congress testifying.
Wow.
Yeah, a bad
really
wow.
No words.
The usual critique of what's going on doesn't even begin to explain how egregious her behavior was. That she came to a hearing with just a burn book, with just intel on everyone that she could make fun of them. She didn't come to answer questions. And
she did not answer one question. She just yelled.
And it causes sometimes those, I don't know how you respond to that if I were in the place of the Congress people, but it's like they yelled back. It doesn't look good on anybody, but she was egregious. I don't know how, even with our privilege, even with our liberal attitudes, how you can, if you're for the other side, put up with that kind of behavior, want your children to see that kind of behavior, expect anyone in the grocery store beside you in traffic, in any capacity, treat people like that.
And the thing is, it speaks to where we are as a society right now, where the three of us, the four of us, look at that and just say egregious. Tom, that's the word. It's just odious. It's just terrible. But you know that when she went home and she got a phone call from Donald Trump, it was high fives. It was, you killed it. You were fat. Like, we see it one way and they see it as that she went in and kicked ass and took names. It's just bizarre.
I hope I say this every week, but I hope we're chipping away at people who don't pay that much attention, or just are Republican out of habit, or what I'm saying. A lot of hopefully this is entering their sphere and their tolerance is. But there was something like the president's approval rate is like at 29%, and now they're going to stop doing presidential approval.
Jazz, what do you think?
I was going to say it's so interesting just to bring everything back to the Super Bowl. Like, more people were outraged over Bad Bunny singing in Spanish than they were about the Epstein files and the new revelations that came out of there. And I'm like, what is your tipping point, people? Like, so you're mad about Bad Bunny?
Yeah.
But Pam Bondi,
that
Katie,
photo, which will go down in infamy and be played at the Nuremberg trial, I hope, is with the survivors of the abuse raising their hands and her just glaring straight forward and not.
And when they asked about the Epstein files, and she said, "Well, the Dow is at 500,000." Like that will go down in history too.
Yes.
There were so many moments that will just.
Whenever we get into a fight, James, I'm just going to revert to the Dow is at 5,000.
Yes. Next week, when I ask you about the Muppets, you're just going to say, "But the Dow is at 500,000."
We can't make fun. Egregious. All right, gosh, this hour flew by. This was so much fun. Jazz, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy.
Always wonderful to see you.
Thank you for having
Come back
me.
anytime. James, you'll be here whether we invite you or not. Blake, love you. And Fenton, hurry home soon. This is the Wow Report on Radio Andy. Until next time, go out and do something that makes the world go wow.